Hello again, everyone. This is Maxwell McGee here at Blizzard HQ. We're checking out Starcraft II, Heart of the Swarm, and to help me do that, I am joined by Kaeo Milker, senior game producer on the game. Kaeo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man, thanks for coming out.
So let's talk more about the missions that we're showing off today. You have sort of a Zerg versus Zerg mission and then a Zerg versus Protoss mission. Give us more details about those.
Yeah, on the Zerg side, we have Kerrigan, who's trying to fight a rogue broodmother, kind of like a queen that is kind of taking control of some things on Char while Kerrigan was away in the aftermath of Wings of Liberty. Kerrigan has to kind of battle with her. They're kind of on a quest to gather up some eggs and kind of on a race to gather eggs so they can both build kind of like a big army and take each other on. So yeah, that first mission really is about Kerrigan getting all Zergy. On the other side, we have an ice mission on a new planet called Calder. We're looking for another one of these queens on this planet. Kerrigan kind of goes there to find her, and she gets there and instead finds Protoss, and then kind of fun ensues where this planet actually has a unique mechanic where there's a freeze, like a flash freeze that comes over and basically halts everything, including the Protoss who kind of go in these little protective shields while the flash freeze comes. So Kerrigan's trying to take them out and stop them from communicating back to Shakuras. So big challenge there to stop them.
Wings of Liberty, you had sort of a good old boys in space, sort of very, very southern feel to it. With this campaign, what's sort of the storytelling tone that you're going for?
Now we're kind of digging into the Zerg in a way that we never have before. There's definitely kind of a darker, creepier tone to this when we're basically living in the bowels of a giant Zerg organism and interacting with creatures that are the people Kerrigan has kind of put in place to work with to evolve the swarm and to kind of advise her along the way. So, a darker, creepier tone for sure. Definitely not as much country music as there was in Wings of Liberty, unfortunately for some. But
no Sweet Home Alabama in this one?
I don't know. Kerrigan could probably do a wicked Sweet Home Alabama, but we'll probably not make her do that.
So tell us more about where the inspiration or the ideas came from for the advisor characters.
Sure. Well, when we're going to tell a story like we are, the Zerg, basically Kerrigan can't stand around talking to a bunch of Hydralisks or something like that. So
no, they'd all just be screeching and cawing.
You'd heard that little Zergling fart or something. It would be just that kind of Zerg gurgle all the time. So, we needed creatures there that had some human characteristics that she could be interacting with on a regular basis. So Isha is one of the answers to that, and she is kind of the Zerg advisor who's there. She kind of stored memories for Kerrigan from before the end of Wings of Liberty, and is there kind of to help her kind of get her grounded again and kind of know where she was at and what she's trying to do.
So I know you guys aren't ready to announce a whole lot about multiplayer just yet, but is there anything you can tell us about where you're at with Battle.net and what plans you have for that service going forward?
Sure, not a whole lot of specifics here, but from the beginning we've had a lot of plans for Battlenet, a lot of things we put in with Wings of Liberty. There have been things we patched in along the way. We added some of the basics of chat channels. There's a lot more stuff we want to do to Battlenet. A lot of that's going to be in Heart of the Swarm and beyond. We're going to keep building and growing and improving it. We're listening to players. We know there's a lot of really vocal people in Battlenet that are kind of clamoring for features. We hear them. A lot of them we're actively working on. Some will come sooner rather than later. Others they're going to have to work for. But Battlenet is a growing organism that we're really committed to, and it's going to keep getting better.
So is Heart of the Swarm going to be a standalone expansion, or are we going to need to have Wings of Liberty in order to play it?
In the Western market, this is going to be consistent with what we've done in the past with our expansions. You're going to have Wings of Liberty to play Heart of the Swarm, so it will be a usual Blizzard expansion in that regard.
Obviously, you've already sort of laid the groundwork with Wings of Liberty, so now for this one, it seems like you can just hit the ground running and just sort of take off with development. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, that's largely true. For Wings of Liberty, we built a 3D engine from the ground up. We built all of our art tools, all of our technology and tools. So there was a lot of ramp up that went into that. Now, an expansion is exciting. We're at a point now we get to focus on content creation. We get to just jump in and make missions and make units and just kind of expand the universe that we've already kind of laid the groundwork for. So, as a team, it's really exciting to be at the expansion point now, and we have another expansion after that where we get to really just dig in and make cool stuff. So that's where we're at, and it's a fun place to be at right now.
So does that mean we can expect a much quicker turnaround on the Protoss expansion?
Well, as always, we're going to take our time on everything we do here. So even though we have the tools, we have the technology, we want to make a fun game, and we want to make a story that's really compelling and kind of ties everything together the way we've envisioned here. So we're going to keep working at it until it's great.
All right. Well, one more question. Could you maybe give us a hint about when Heart of the Swarm is going to be coming out?
Well, acknowledge that it's not going to be during this year, 2011. Beyond that, we're working hard on it. Everybody's really focused on it. It's something that we will get out as soon as we possibly can, with the caveat that it has to be great. So.
All right, Kaeo, we'll just leave it at that. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. So there you have it, folks. That was another look at Heart of the Swarm.